Here comes a very tricky bounce. PhotoPea gets it, but Sveiner gets an even better bounce with a lot of speed here. What? Okay, Zero actually goes for the bottom pipe here. Okay, Blastic going for a low style here, and PhotoPea going for a hang style. And let's see, probably not right, but he does a nice jump here and gasses in the ceiling, and he has a lot of speed coming in here towards the end, and it is... Welcome back to the 6th week of the Cream Pie Cup. With only 2 more weeks to go, we have 2 brand new events. The first one made by 8ball, which at first felt pretty straightforward, but the more I played it, the more I realized it's a very complex level actually. Very technical, the pipes are very narrow, they're high speed, so it's a very challenging level, and I'm really excited to see what a good finish in this level looks like. And the second event this week is a pure work of art by Pisti, the new level designer who's like the biggest thing in EOL right now. Not only does this level look really beautiful, even better in game, but also playing it was so flowy. It was really challenging at some points with fairly uneven pipes everywhere, but getting a good run in this level just felt so good, and I really enjoyed playing this one. But we'll start off with the 8ball level as we jump into the battle for 3rd place and a podium finish, where we have PhotoPea in the VLC shirt, we have Sveiner in the spiral shirt. And let's start by following Sveiner here. As we see, yeah, they both will make it into this left pipe, but they do very different start styles, and PhotoPea actually comes out ahead here. A little bit faster style found by Team Dot maybe, but coming up for the top apple here, they cleared the entire left-hand section of the level first, and here comes a very tricky bounce. PhotoPea gets it, but Sveiner gets an even better bounce with a lot of speed here, so he is catching up and passing PhotoPea right here at the very bottom loop, coming up and both going for this top pipe here next to the flower, going to make their way out to the right-hand part of the level. Let's see, nobody hangs on the way here. You want to save your momentum that you have to make it all the way out to the right. And Sveiner now has actually passed PhotoPea. And will PhotoPea be able to catch back up? They had a very nice start in Team Dot, but Sveiner has some cleaner execution here in the middle part of the level. Braking a little bit to exit here so you can land on this lift that sticks out. Allows PhotoPea to catch up a little bit, but so far it's dead even. PhotoPea has a very low exit here and gets a very good entry into the pipe. Sveiner gets a tiny bit of snag. PhotoPea at the lead in the end grabs the 3rd place finish. And let's just take a look at these start styles again. It was very hard to enter into the left pipe here, and you wanted to do it in the beginning because you see the flower is out here to the right, so you wanted to be finishing on that part of the level. But PhotoPea has a very nice swing here. Sveiner opted to go for a hang with gas so he could push away, as you can tell from the bottom there. But yeah, the Team Dot style seemed to be a little bit faster. And we could see here for the bounce as well that PhotoPea gets it, but Sveiner had a very low and fast bounce straight into this pipe here. No snag, as you can tell that PhotoPea gets a tiny bit like touching the ceiling there. Sveiner goes straight in, and that just allows him to save so much speed here in the middle section of the level. And now they're completely dead even again. And then as we came towards the end of the level here, you had kind of to brake a little bit so you could land on this lip and not overshoot it, so you could jump up and get into this hang. But this swing into the like penultimate pipe was so hard. You couldn't force it because then you would come in high, as we see Sveiner doing. But PhotoPea gets a very nice entry. He touches, but he manages to gas on this top of the corner. So he manages to get his wheel in. Sveiner does as well, but gets maybe a tiny bit more snag. This last pipe also very hard, but they both manage. Very nice runs by both these players. Which brings us straight into the battle for 1st and 2nd place, where we have Zero in the cactus shirt. We have Mira in the ribcage shirt. The last hope of Team Mia, as Audi tapped out a few weeks ago. Let's see if Mira can take down Zero here for Team Mia, as we follow him here in the beginning. They do the same kind of start here, but Mira actually has a faster start than Zero here in the very beginning. He gets a very nice swing from that start polygon, and he manages to keep his lead here for a while being, but Zero has a very good wheel pressure and catches up, and Zero already passing Mira here. And coming out with a very strong bounce straight into this pipe here. Beautiful, beautiful bounce by Zero. And he's catching a big lead so far in this level. And, okay, what? Zero actually goes for the bottom pipe here. I haven't seen anyone else doing this. And it makes, like, for me, it makes no sense. And Mira, okay, Mira is ahead right now, but that last pipe that Zero already did takes longer than to do the top pipe. But let's see. Mira in front now again. Will he be able to keep this lead to the end when they had to do different pipes again? Going safe, going slow out of this pipe to be able to catch it hang. Oh, and he does a 2-wheel hang for this pipe here. Maybe that was actually very like clever to do. But we have Zero in the top pipe, we have Mira in the bottom pipe, and Zero just blasts past him at the very end. Mira gets a very nice push here in the beginning. Like, he uses the corner of the polygon a little bit more, I think, to get more swing into the left pipe here. But Zero very quickly catches up with him. Has a very nice transition here with Olivolt into this top pipe here. And this bounce just boom. So low, so clean. It is like a little bit of luck to get a good bounce here, but it's also so much skill in like your angle and how you get into the bounce. So really beautifully done here. But very, very strange to see Zero going for this bottom pipe here. Beautiful brake push at the very corner to accelerate down. But it feels like you lose a lot of your momentum to go down here in the beginning. But I guess you can use the swing momentum you get from the hang on your way back even better. But yeah, Zero behind, Mira in front. But Zero also did, let's see, yeah, Zero with just a tiny brake. You can tell Mira here in the front will do 2 small brake taps. Zero just 1 forceful tap straight into the ground, so Zero can keep a lot more speed here. And he of course goes for a 1-wheel hang so he can swing all the way into this pipe. And to be able to swing out of a hang like this, you just get like 1 shot to get your angle correct, because you have no time to correct it with any like gassing or Olivolt kind of. So when he swings here, he needs to be exactly sure with how long he brakes, when he swings and everything, to just perfectly align. Yeah, okay, he controls with like some counter gassing here, but look how perfectly he enters into this pipe. To get this angle from this swing is so incredibly hard to do. Zero defeating Mira by more than 1.5 seconds in the end. Mira still like 2 seconds ahead of Barry P, and we have the usual suspects behind them around the 105-106 range. And again, this was a very hard level, so really nice times here in the top 10. And that brings us to Pisty's mining pipe and the battle for 4th and 5th place, where we have Barry P again in the VLC shirt, and we also have Blastic in the red shirt, a duel that we've seen many times before. And we're changing the LGR now as well to the Overcast LGR by Naish. It was a request by the designer of the level, Pisty, and this LGR is one that I've used a lot myself in the past, and I don't know, it just looks so good. A very nice combination with Naish and Pisty design wise. But let's follow Barry P here as we see these Kuskis make their way to find the exit from the old mine. Let's see, coming up here, and again, it's just a beautiful level, visually speaking. And Blastic coming out to an early lead here, and okay, Blastic going for a low style here, and Barry P going for a hang style, and let's see, both of them grabbing the apple, and they're completely dead even though they did different styles here. And Blastic maybe has a tiny bit more speed, comes out with like half a wheel length of lead after all of that. And let's see, coming in for this drop, Blastic tries to go for a shortcut, but Barry P gets a nice push in the ceiling and actually takes a lead from that pipe. I didn't know you could even save that much pipe or much time in that section of the level. Let's see, coming out with the pushes here, Blastic maybe managing to keep a little bit more speed, catching up again. The players are completely neck and neck, but they find different moves everywhere. And let's see, coming in for this apple, I don't know if you can grab it directly, so going for a hang it seems to be the only choice available. Let's see, Barry P has a lead here towards the end, grabbing this apple and coming back on the hang and coming in for the very last pipe. Can Blastic catch up? Probably not, right, but he does a nice jump here and gasses in the ceiling, and he has a lot of speed coming in here towards the end, and it is Barry P at the very end. Jesus, so much happened in this run. I could barely even speak as it happened. Let's see. Blastic here goes for a style that I never tried myself, going on the floor here and managing to avoid this killer. You can tell, managing to like get his wheels right around it. If you touch it, you die. But that allows him to come in here exactly at the same time as Barry P, but maybe has a little bit more speed because he gets that push from the wall as well. So Blastic having a tiny lead, but here also very different styles. Blastic jumping, trying to cut this corner here, gets a little bit stuck maybe, whereas Barry P gets a very nice push from this wall up here. Push, and that just gives him so much downwards momentum. And again, just beautiful level here as well. The aesthetics are so pleasing. But coming in, and here Blastic caught up a little bit again, as you can tell. because he just got more speed from that swing. And then, yeah, maybe you can grab this apple from below with a brutal and save some time. I don't know what we're gonna see in the replays to come, but it looked like PhotoPea would have an easy win from here. It's just one more pipe, but Blastic does a very nice move here. Oh, and I didn't see, but PhotoPea actually gets a little bit of snag here as well. And Blastic, meanwhile, gets to gas a little bit in the ceiling here. So he has more speed coming out, but pushes away a little bit earlier maybe, or a little bit later, not sure. But that just gives him a little bit more height. So PhotoPea reaches the flower right before Blastic. PhotoPea 1:11.25, Blastic 1:11.37. Only 12 hundredths of a second behind. But that of course brings us into the battle for second and third place, where we have a new player in the mix. Well, a new old school player, but we have JT in the muscle shirt competing against Mira again in the ribcage shirt. And now that I see it, it kind of makes sense. You have like the flesh and bones on these two shirts here. But JT, of course, from Team Dot, the same team as PhotoPea and Zero. So let's see what he managed to come up with in this run as they compete for second place. Let's follow JT here in the beginning, since he's a new face to this cup. Coming in, both like fairly equal start. Let's see, JT will probably do the jump style here. Yeah, and Mira goes below. Let's follow JT here. Early push up here to barely grab that apple and not hit your head on the bottom side of the hang. And JT comes out maybe a wheel length ahead of Mira after that. But again, Mira has more speed coming in here. So I think it's like almost completely equal with whatever start you do. Oh, and Mira goes for the shortcuts as well. And that also loses him a little bit of speed against JT. Team Dot did really find the fastest style there in that top corner. So JT still has a big lead here now after that pipe, the descending, sorry, and coming in for this left-hand apple. And let's see, will he hang here? Will he brutal or something? They both go for a hang to grab that one apple. Coming out here, this was a tricky section to come out with a lot of speed, and this pipe very wide, hard to keep your grip. But both coming in here for a back wheel hang, or for a two-wheel hang, I should say. Pushing down here to the ground. Let's see, will JT jump? He does jump to clear the killers. No gassing in the ceiling, but it looks like Mira won't be able to catch up. But Mira has a lot of speed, but it's not enough. JT defeats Mira and grabs second place with the final result of 1:08.73, almost 2.5 seconds faster than PhotoPea and Blastic, and Mira coming in at 1:09.64, about 1 second slower. And I think it almost all comes down to the part over here in the top right corner, where you either try to cut straight through, or you do like Team Dot, you go up on this wall a little bit, but you get a nice push and a good speed down here to clear the mining carts afterwards. But of course, we have one more finisher, and if you've been following this cup, and maybe if you look just here to the side, you kind of probably know where this is headed. We had Audi who defeated Zero in the 6th event by TL, but in this event we have Zero again, who comes in at 1:07.98, beating JT by almost 1 further second. But just like in the last event, we saw Zero do a different style from his teammate PhotoPea. Will Zero do anything different now as well, as we compare his run to JT's? And here we have it, Zero's winning run in this beautiful level by Pisti. Coming up, and let's just enjoy like perfect execution as we always get. Will it be the same start style here? Yeah, not even a bounce actually, just like a normal jump. Good Olo, and then vaulting to barely reach that apple. Very hard style, but eventually I was using that same style myself. And coming around with a push, and Zero manages to keep maybe more speed here than the other players. And you'll see, yeah, using this lip to push up. Oh, and an extra push from the ceiling there as well. Very nice by Zero, squeezing out some tiny speed anywhere he can. Driving across the mining carts here, let's see the push and swing around. Yeah, barely loses any speed at all. But JT is keeping up. JT is not a second behind yet. Let's see, will Zero do something different here? No, goes straight for the hang here as well. No straight apple. I think if this was an internal level, that apple would be taken in a different way. But let's see, coming out, going for a two-wheel hang here as well. Early break, but not hitting your chin on the bottom of that hang. It's a very thick hang. And let's see, will Zero gas in the ceiling here? No, I think Blastic was the only one who found that maybe. But yeah, beautiful ending, straight for the flower. Just beautiful run by Zero, and nice style finding by Team Dot. But again, I don't know if this is the fastest style, but this Olo vault here to not vault too much. If you would have vaulted normal, you would have hit your chin on the bottom of this hang. But then vaulting again here to just barely reach this apple. You can tell it's by the pixel. It was so hard. And then also keeping your grip on that hang. Very hard style to do. And then coming out, good push here, good saving momentum. And yeah, the crux of the level, the top right corner. And Zero even gets an extra push there with break. And then pushing out, very nice to squeeze out a little bit more time there. And beautiful entry here to get this jump. And then push, boom, on the top, and then straight into this pipe. Very hard to do as well to get those jumps perfectly aligned straight into that pipe. But Zero does it beautifully here. And yeah, coming up, and you can tell, like, he breaks so early, like, not overshooting the apple at all. Just going exactly as far as you need to grab that apple and no further, because that's just losing time. Coming in for the two-wheel hang. Again, here was also very easy to hit your head on the way back. You can tell his chin is very close. But you are squeezing out those milliseconds everywhere you can. And then Zero does a beautiful break here. Tiny break just to like increase his angle a little bit so he can jump even lower and not go too high and catch that lower flower. And in the standings now, we have Zero in a comfortable lead. We have Barry P, his teammate, in second place since Audit stopped playing. We have Mira, Blastek, me at 700 point something. And anything can still happen. We have 4 more normal events, and we also have the one huge event that counts for double points. So whatever you see here, this can all change. There's still a lot of cup to go, even though it's just 2 weeks left. I'm really excited to see the results of next week's events, and I hope to see you there too. Thanks for watching.